Okay, so I have seen a lot of fights in my time, and this is one of the craziest fights I've ever seen. This is Joe Doerksen versus Chris Leben from Freestyle Fighting Championships 9 that happened, when did this happen? Back in the day. May 14th, 2004. Here we go. So at the time, Chris Leben was like 9-1 and was an up-and-comer. And my friend Joe, because I used to train with Joe Doerksen back in the day, I don't know what his record was, but, you know, he also was, there was a record not to scoff at. And this fight, I've seen it a few times. I cannot believe how many times Leben takes a solid shot and just eats it. And look at this. Doerksen, as he normally does, takes down the wrestler. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Joe is one of those guys where once the spotlight was on, his, you know, and everyone's chanting USA, USA, ridiculous, you know. Anyway, so Joe's on top in Leben's guard, unbelievable, trying to slam his way out of it, you know, and Leben's on his back, just holding on, seeing if the referee will stand him up or whatever, you know. Here's Joe doing another slam, and count along with me in this fight. See how many times Leben takes a shot that would flatten any regular individual, you know? And not to mention, there's a submission coming up that, like, 99% of people would just tap to, you know? I won't do a spoiler, but watch and see. It's pretty unbelievable. So Leben gets his wish. The referee stops them and stands them up due to inactivity. Because in MMA, sometimes it's better just to hold on. Because, you know, sweeps and submissions are hard to get or whatever. And now watch this. Here we go. And bear in mind, Joe at the time, he was mostly a jiu-jitsu guy. He wasn't, I don't know if he was doing a ton of, like, boxing or Muay Thai. But see, look, Chris is just sort of slapping away. Look, Doerksen takes him down again. You know, I remember years ago, Doerksen fought Matt Lindland in the UFC. And Matt Lindland's like an Olympic medalist in wrestling, you know. And Doerksen takes him down. And I was like, what the hell? You know, because when I was training with Joe in the gym, sometimes I could take him down, you know what I mean? But like I said, man, when the spotlight was on, holy smokes. Look at this. Slams him again. It's like he would develop superpowers or something. It was nuts, you know. Not everybody's like that, you know. Some people, when the spotlight's on, they don't do as well, you know? But Joe was not one of those people. And he would do stuff in fights where you look at it, you're like, my God, like, he doesn't do this in the gym, you know? Look at this, just unloading on him. Now looks, goes for a guillotine. Watch this, you know? Yeah. I'll tell you, this is a fight that shows, look, now Doerksen's sweeping him, turning him over. It shows how good Doerksen was, you know, and how tough Leben was. My God. Like, that guillotine was totally on. And you just watch. Joe blasts him, like, so many times in this fight. And Leben just eats it. He just eats it. You know, now watch, look at this submission. Arm totally straight. Look at that. And now Doerksen's trying to tuck it under his arm to, like, fold it or whatever, you know, to hyperextend it. Look at that. Look at that. That arm is beyond straight. And Leben's just not tapping. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna, you know? Look, he's tucking it again under the armpit, you know, but now it kind of folds, you know? And Leben's on top. Look at that. I guarantee Leben's arm popped. I guarantee it popped up just a couple times in there. But he didn't tap, because, you know, hey, tapping. Why? You know? When there's, like, you know, a few $1,000s on the line. I mean, I don't know what they were paying for this one, but it's not the UFC, it's not ADCC, you know? See, now Doerksen has him in a triangle. You know? God knows Joe caught me enough times in his submissions. Triangle especially. The guy's legs were, like, ridiculous. Just silly. You know? Yeah. Good. Did you hear that? The guy says, good job by Leben defending the submissions. I don't know if I'd call it a good job. Getting your arm popped and nearly getting guillotined or whatever. Joe's looking for a Kimura here. That was his thing. He would sit up for the Kimura. If he doesn't get it, he would fire hammer fists back at people, you know? Did it to enough people, I'll tell you that. Look, here he is trying it again. Wonder if he's got a hammer fist coming for him. Yep. So even the commentator's saying he rolled with Doerksen and got caught. Crazy. You know? Yeah. I think there's 3 rounds in this fight. I don't know. This first one's wrapping up. I don't know who he would give the first round to. I'm a bit biased. There's the first round. I would give that one to Doerksen. Got a couple takedowns, went for a submission attempt, a couple of them. Had a deep guillotine straight in the guy's arm, beyond straight, you know? So, say what you will, but I'm giving that one to Doerksen. Yep. I think that's Duke Rufus in Doerksen's corner, so maybe he was doing a bit of kickboxing at this point. And I think that's Rich Clementi behind him, you know, former UFC fighter, Rich Clementi, you know. I think Rich Clementi had a tattoo on him of like a pit bull doing some powerlifting, which I always thought was like, you know, pretty awesome. Because if you're getting a tattoo, you know, just go full on awesome. And a pit bull lifting some weights. That's full on awesome, you know. I think that's is that Robert Follis, Chris Lieben's corner, former Team Quest trainer. Met him, nice guy. Tragically took his own life, you know. Anyway, round 2. I don't know who you're giving it to, but I think Doerksen has the edge at this point. Shaking out his arms a little bit. Here we go. Now again, count the number of shots Leben takes in the dome that would flatten the average individual, or even the non-average individual. You know? You know, it's pretty crazy. Okay, alright, here we go. Look at that, bum. Now he's going for a takedown again. Oh, on his back again. Okay, alright. Leben wants to stand. You know, that's one of those things, is Leben was like, look at that, you see that shot Leben took there? Leben was more along the lines of Dan Henderson. He would use his takedowns to keep things on the feet. Oh, he could have won an elbow there. See that elbow? That was a nice elbow. I never thought Lieben's boxing was that great. I mean, he would hit hard and flatten people and stuff. I think he knocked out a guy named Terry Martin once, which I thought was unbelievable. But his hands were always very, I don't know. You can see Doerksen's punches are a lot straighter here. Lieben's just throwing. Doerksen's trying to take him down. Pull his guard. You know? Yep. It's pretty rare you would see people in MMA, even back in the day. I mean, okay, the first few UFC is fine, but for a while there, if you pulled guard, that was not, you know, and now, of course, nobody pulls guard, but pulling guard in MMA was never a good idea. Well, nah, maybe not never a good idea, but, you know, in the early periods, you could pull guard in a guy and finish him, but this was not the year. I mean, this was, what, 2014? Is that what I said? You know? Yeah. Oh, 2004. There you go. But, man, to pull guard on a person, then you're sitting up looking for his Kimura again, Leben looking to avoid that. You know? Oh, an up kick. Don't shrug on the up kicks, man. Those will flatten you. How many fights have ended by up kick, you know? I've put a few of them on my YouTube channel, actually. Oh, look at them swinging. Just swinging at each other. You know? And is it just me, or is Lieben's head like twice the size of Doerksen's? Doerksen kind of hit him there. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear the commentator. This was right after Doerksen had been to Hawaii and won some kind of tournament over there, a Super Brawl tournament. I think I have that one too. I'll try and find it. But anyway, back in his back here, chopping away, looking for stuff. You know? Being in his guard was never a good time, you know? Yep. Good sweeps, good submissions. You know? Looking for stuff all the time. Yep. Oof. Lieben's landing some shots, that's for sure.
Doerksen does a good job at the bottom of tying you up.
Yep.
It's hard to hit the guy. It is hard to hit the guy. You see he stays nice and tight.
Doerksen's like covering this way, you know? Overhook one arm and comb the hair back with the other arm so you're not getting blasted, you know?
Very good defenses.
I never fought MMA myself because I'm a coward, you know. But I've certainly seen enough fights, and I've seen some dudes, like guys like Jeremy Horn that have like 1,000 fights and they're never hurt. You see other guys, you know, have like one MMA fight and they're like, they get like a life-changing injury, you know. Like my friend Stefan Kesting years ago had one MMA fight. He gets suplexed, breaks his arm. You know. Look at this. Look at them trading. Lunatics. Woof. Oh, that was a nice knee. It's funny how each time you watch a fight, it's a little bit different, you know? Like the last time I watched that, I didn't see Leben landing shots like this. He's landing pretty good shots. I mean, Joe's landing good shots too, but, you know, so far I think Leben might be winning this round. I would give Joe the first one. Leben, maybe I'd be giving this. But look at this. Oh, this is yeah, arm lock. I got caught a few times, and you can see his arm is beyond straight now. And what he'll do is he'll put his on his head and he'll pull it inwards. He's not landing it here, but look at that. I learned that from Joe. Look at that. Look at that. That arm is more than straight. It is beyond bent. Is that the same one he had in an arm lock earlier in the fight? You know, is it getting double broken? Maybe. You know? I remember when I trained with Joe years ago, he would get that, he would straighten it out, and he'd put the hand on his forehead, and he'd pull the other arm in, and it would be like real bad, real fast, you know? Yep. A lot of submission threats here. I don't know where we are in the round. They're not putting the time up, but Leben probably has landed. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to maybe I'll watch it again. Oh, look at that. You see Joe blast him there? Look at that. I think Leben's landing more, but the ones Joe's landing, there you go. The ones Joe's landing are a little bit harder. You know, quite a bit harder, actually. So, I think for that, I don't know. Who would you give that round to? Leben landed probably more shots, but the ones Joe landed are probably harder. Plus, he had that submission at the end there where Leben's arm was clearly beyond straight. You know? I don't know. Yep. Anyway, I don't know if you hear the announcer. The announcer's this guy, Big Papa Schnacky. Nice guy. Met him a few times. Also, tragically, has passed away. You know, so. Yep. There's Doerksen getting counseled by Duke Rufus and Rich. I think that's Rich Clementi. I think. You know, for round 3 of 3. And again, I don't know how you're scoring it so far, but, you know, you could say it's 1-1, you know, because Doerksen was clearly getting the upper hand of him in that first round. And in the second one, maybe Leben was landing more shots, but Doerksen landed some heavy shots and probably hyperextended his arm a second time. You know? Yeah. I think that's Robert Follis in Leben's corner there. I met him years ago. Nice guy. Yep. If you can hear the announcers, they're talking right now about who might be ahead. They're saying it's a tough fight to call, you know. Let's see who wins this round. Yep. Oh, look at that one. That was right on the jaw. You can see Leben got... Yeah, even the announcers are warning Leben, you know. Oh, man. They're chanting USA again. I don't know. There's something about that I find wacky. I remember I was at a fight years ago where Trevor Prangley was fighting Yuki Nakai. Trevor Prangley's from South America, or South Africa, and Yuki Nakai's from Japan. And there was a guy that was chanting USA, USA, and I was like, why are you chanting USA? One's from South Africa, one's from Japan. And the guy was like, yeah, but I'm American. And I was like, doesn't make any sense. Whatever. He's just there for a good time, I guess. But I guess by that rationale, I could be going, Canada, Canada, and like any fight. Doesn't matter where they're from. I'm from, you know, just celebrating my own nationality. Sure. No problem. Yeah. Anyway, at this point, they're both kind of tired. They're unloading as best they can, sizing each other up. Oof. Is he going to get another takedown? Yep. Joe gets another takedown. It's crazy. I used to practice takedowns with him in the club, and like, you know, sometimes he'd take me down and sometimes I'd take him down, but man, like in this fight, Leben has not taken Joe down. Joe's taken him down like 3 times from my count, by my math, and now look, he's on top in his half guard, passing, in theory, attempting to pass, you know, punching away. You know? I mean, sure, Lieben's not a ground and pound kind of guy, but he certainly doesn't want to be in his back. You know, is this where Leben wants to be? I don't think so. Look at this. Doerksen slamming him and stuff. Crazy.
This is a sign of a true professional right here, Skip.
Yep.
I think if he stays busy, Mike's not going to stand him up.
Oh, Lieben's going back to his guard. I saw Leben pull off a few pretty good submissions in the UFC, too. I don't recall what any of them were, but I remember there was a few times I was like, huh, that's not bad. Or maybe I'm getting him confused with Ed Herman. I might be getting him confused with Ed Herman, I don't know. Joe actually fought a few guys from Team Quest. He fought Chris Leben, he fought Ed Herman. I don't think he fought Nate Quarry. I think he fought Chael Sonnen at one point, you know? So he wasn't fighting slouches, tomato cans, you know? Yep. If you look at his record, you go, oh my God, he's fought just everybody. Did pretty well, too. Oh, referee standing them up again. I always find it interesting how in MMA, if you're the guy on the bottom, you can just freeze the action and the referee will stand you up. Maybe he's having I thought he was having a cut check there, but no, he's just standing them up. So like the highest percentage recovery when you're on the bottom, oh, Joe blasted. The highest percentage isn't a sweep or a submission, it's just hold the guy and wait for the referee to stand you up, you know? Which obviously wouldn't, in a real fight, you can't. Maybe you hold on to the guy until the police arrive or whatever, or the lady, if you're being attacked by a lady, you know? But it's funny though, how like, you know, MMA and self-defense and sport jiu-jitsu, how your strategy is dependent on the rule set and what's a higher percentage, you know, higher percentage technique. And in MMA, you can just hold on to the guy and the referee stands you up, you know. In sport jiu-jitsu, that would get you called for stalling. And in the street, I don't know what it would do. Maybe you just do that till the police arrive and then you're like, get this guy out from between my legs. And the police would be like, what is going on? Anyway, back to the fight. Who do you think's winning? Oh, that's a nice elbow. Look at that. Who do you think's winning? I'm an incredibly biased, you know, judge here, but I'm thinking Joe's ahead here. But and they're tired. Look at that. Teetering about. Jesus. Just unloading on each other. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Did you see that one? My God. He hit him right on the chin. Oh, another. Oh, another. Like Joe's covering up and taking him on the arms, and Leben is taking him kind of on the jaw. Oh, jab. Oh, did you see that one? Good Lord. Look at his Leben's hands are down, and oh, jab. Oh, look at that. Leben is tough. Holy smokes, but tough doesn't mean, you know, just because you're tough doesn't mean you win. Man, some of those shots, holy smokes. Unbelievable. But what do you think? Before we get to the end, who do you think won that fight? You know? I'm not going to be a spoiler, but I'm leaning towards my friend Joe. You know? There was a few submission attempts there. Hyperextended his arm a few times in the end there. Unloading. You know, maybe Leben got round 2, maybe. But I think Joe got 1 and 3. That's what I think. That's what I think. But like I said, and look at him though. Giving people the hug, being so Canadian, you know? So polite and stuff. Crazy. And look at that. Big Papa Schnocky is telling the audience not to boo people. Who boos a fight like that? You're booing because there's no knockout or no submission, you jerks. You know? Just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. There you go. Makes me sad that, you know, Robert Follis there and Big Papa Schnocky are both, you know, I met them both, nice guys, not with us anymore, you know. But as the years go by, that's what happens, you know. Anyway, let's see what happens. There's Big Papa Schnocky. So who do you think they're going to give it to? Chris Leben or Joe? I think I've already said my opinion, maybe more than once, you know. Yep. Yeah, the one ring announcer, I don't know if you can hear him, is saying he's leaning towards Doerksen, you know.
So Leben really didn't do anything in the fight yet. I mean, it's no fight, but if I was a judge, I give it to Doerksen because he did try to end the fight with his submissions.
You hear that?
He did threaten Leben, whereas Leben never really threatened Doerksen. Not even with punches. He hit Doerksen hard with punches, but never to the point where he was about to knock him out. Although Doerksen did him with the nice right hands, it stunned him, and the nice elbow. Just give it to Doerksen, in my opinion.
There's the belt. I think for a while there that was in Joe's pickup, and then I think he put it under his bed or something for a while. Yep. Well, unanimous decision. Here we go. Oh, yeah, see? Joe wins. I guess he won the belt in a previous fight. I don't know. There he's blowing kisses to everybody and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Look at him. Not a bruise, not a scratch, not bleeding. You know, and the guy he fought, a total monster. Ridiculous. Crazy. So there you go. I don't know. Put your comments below. Whatever. There you have it. Good fight. See you later.